That business on Cato Neimoidia doesn't count.
So what was that business on Cato Neimoidia? Well, the answer isn't canon. However, it's from the book Labyrinth of Evil, which came out around the time of Revenge of the Sith. I'm gonna summarize it in my own words before I read the passage. Basically, Obi-Wan and Anakin are on Cato Neimoidia, and Obi-Wan loses his breathing device, called a rebreather. He's slashing through a room filled to the brim with battle droids until a sleep-inducing gas starts to fill his lungs, where he becomes drunk and staggers around the droids until he passes out just in time for Anakin to show up and deliver the apparatus to his master, saving him and ending the droids. Here's the scene from the book. On the fly, he uses the Force to call the things to his left hand and realize that it was Obi-Wan's rebreather, which must have fallen from its utility pouch during the brief exchange with the unseen battle droids. While all this was occurring, something else was afoot. Strands of some gauzy white substance were beginning to drift from the hold shipping container. Obi-Wan realized instantly what the substance was. Taking one hand from the hilt of his lightsaber, he began to fumble for the rebreather pouched on his belt, only to find it empty. "Star's End," he cursed, more in disappointment than anger, already beginning to feel woozy. Anakin had his rebreather in his mouth as he approached the room in which Obi-Wan had held his own against better than 50 droids, all of which lay scattered about the room. A weaving, shuffling, staggering Obi-Wan was dealing with the last of them when Anakin entered. When the final droid collapsed, Obi-Wan aimed the blade of his lightsaber casually toward the floor and stood swaying in place, breathing hard but almost grinning. "Anakin," he said happily. "How are you?" When Anakin went to him, Obi-Wan promptly collapsed in his arms. Deactivating Obi-Wan's blade, Anakin inserted a rebreather into his mouth, the same one that had ended up on the floor of the grotto.